Be the change. Be the change. If you are here, you probably understand that if you want any changes in your life, if you're not happy about the way that your life is right at the moment, if there are things in life that you wish that you had more of, if there are things in life that you wish that you that was different, if you don't feel too good about your day-to-day living and all that, you probably also understand that you can try and change the people around you or the places around you, the things around you, but nothing really is going to change unless you go within and you find the courage to go within and to make the changes within yourself as you go along. This is a patience thing. So the work going within, finding out who you are. Like most people are just too busy, too many things on the plate. The family life is busy, work life is busy, friends, everything that you have to kind of hold up to or keep up with. And so everything is it's difficult to not forget who you are. It's difficult to not forget about your own needs, your own desires, your own dreams, your own visions and everything, and all that stuff that used to make you maybe feel like life was going to be fun, like being expecting, like, okay, this is going to be exciting, okay, this is adventurous, life is fun, life is this. And then as time moves on, we kind of get into the routines, and we get into routines, and we get into routines, and we get into routines. And then we're stuck with the routines, and we're doing everything we're supposed to do in routines. And so we're supposed to be maybe feeling happy according to what makes people happy. And then but still you may not feel happy. And so this is like the tiny habits, the little habits that we do every day, the routines that we set up for our life every day. How can you change something in your routine so that you become more connected with who you truly are, so that you can go re-energized, refueled up, and you can go into your life and do the things that you got to do with your life? How can you do that? So little habits, tiny habits. Maybe just you always wanted to learn a language, or perhaps you always wanted to lose weight and feel fit or look fit. Maybe you wanted to learn to play an instrument, or maybe you wanted to go travel somewhere, or maybe you wanted to. There are so many things that we have on our list of things to do in life, and life goes by pretty quick. So you have to kind of start today. You don't have to do drastic, like it doesn't have to be like, oh my gosh, I am going to learn the language, so I'm going to study for 10 hours today and then I'll know the language. Or I'm going to go to the gym for 3 hours, I'm going to lose all the weight that I need to lose, and then I'll be happy. Or I'm going to, so there are the drastic things that we sometimes start to do, like the New Year's resolutions in the gym. Like people only stay there for like 3 months and then they're done. Overdoing it. This is about like tiny changes, little changes, making the tiny changes that you need. And over time, you already planned it in there. You know that you're not going to be done in like 2 hours. It's not going to be done and completed in 2 hours. And so you're going to have to maybe 2 years. Maybe you're going to set up like a longer scale of time for yourself, so that you give yourself a little bit of room and you give yourself the patience. And also there is, it takes time for miracles to happen. It takes time for changes to happen. It takes time for things to happen and change. It took time to get out of shape. And so it's going to take time to get into shape. It takes time to learn a language. You have to kind of learn a lot of new things. It's just like learning an instrument. You have to learn a lot of motorics in your body. You have to learn listening. You have to learn reading. You have to learn a lot of things. And so giving yourself the grace of patience, giving yourself and being okay with it. Okay, I'm just going to start today. And maybe today you just start with like setting off, let's see, in a busy schedule, are you able to maybe set aside 30 minutes? 30 minutes. The outcome that you're looking for might be on the back end of those 30 minutes. So the result that you want in your life with whatever it is, like kind of project that you have, tiny habits, 1/2 hour a day. You don't even have to do it every day. Maybe you do it 3 times a week, or maybe 4 times a week, however many you want to. You set it up and you stay on the schedule. You just stick to it. On the days that you don't want to, you just do it. And you just make that commitment. It's about making a decision. I want to learn this, or I want to feel better about that. I want to change in a way like that. You make the decision, and I'm not okay with looking at my life the way it will turn out if I don't make any changes. If I don't change anything from here, this is it. This is what my life looks like right now. It's going to look like then. If I start today, I make a tiny change, just a little change, and I'll make it today. I start doing it every time I decide to do it. I'm going to keep my word to myself. Over time, you're going to see massive change. Your life is going to change. It has to change because you're doing something different. You're changing some of the routines in your life, and you're just putting in a little bit extra, or a little different. You just break it up just a little bit. You don't even have to change a whole lot of things. You don't have to turn and flip everything over or any of that. And patience. Make it work. The expression. So I already pulled some cards up front with expression. You need work. So this is for all humans. Like, we need to do work that let us express our creative side. Like, this is nurturing another part of ourselves. Logic, creativity, and being okay with practicing both. Finding within yourself. Maybe you can write something, blog something. Maybe there is a communication thing that you can do. Speak for other people. Maybe you can practice these things. Look at what other people are doing with those things. Like, look at offline, like online. See what they are blogging about. What are they writing about? How are they doing it? Is there some kind of way that you can express yourselves through making something, being creative, putting something together that didn't exist before you created it? Maybe you want to learn how to do a craft. Maybe you want to learn how to be a painter. Maybe you want to learn how to draw. Maybe you want to learn how to knit or whatever, make clothes. Maybe you want to learn how to do some of these things. And it starts with just like, how can you express your true self? How can you express yourself? And take some time out of your day with tiny little changes, just little bits at a time. It's all you got to change for your life to change. But you have to give yourself the patience. You have all the tools that you need. And this is also a promise. You have all the tools that you need to succeed. But there's always the but, because we have in our dreams. I also have a dream that I want to accomplish. And I understand that if I don't do anything, this is it. If I do something, which is going to be very challenging for me to do it, it's going to be very challenging to do every single part of that thing. But if I don't do it, this is it. This is going to stay the same. If I do it, it might be uncomfortable for a bit. And then I might be able to settle in and find the same peace again. Right. So there's that. So giving yourself the patience. You have all the tools that you need to succeed. And sometimes you just have to, if you really want it, you have to go through the being uncomfortable for a little while. You can handle it. Like, life is uncomfortable in so many ways. And sometimes we just block ourselves because we don't want to feel uncomfortable doing it to ourselves, because life is doing it to us all the time. So why would I make myself feel uncomfortable? That doesn't make any sense. So, but you sometimes have to when you're going to make changes. And the little changes, the little things that you do every day, preparing yourself mentally, preparing yourself emotionally, preparing yourself in every way that you can to see yourself succeed, see yourself in that, your vision in your head. Like, what do you look like when everything is said and done? What does your life look like when everything is said and done? And you create that carrot over there so that you always can look at that vision in your head. How would it feel like if you could speak the language fluently with the people around you? And you see yourself doing that. And then you just set off that half hour a day, half hour here, half hour there. What would it feel like if you could sit down with someone, you could play music with them? And then you see yourself doing that over there in your mind's eye. This is the dream, the vision that you create. And then today you just set off half an hour and you practice it. And you set off and you do that. Every time you decide to do it, you do it. You got to stay on it, because the effort that you put in, like, you have to put in the effort. That is it. The effort, you have to put in the effort. And you have to put in the effort. If you don't put in the effort, it's only going to stay a dream. And if you want the dream to manifest, you can do it. You have all the tools, but you have to put in the effort. It's the only difference. Only difference. Also, for example, with money. Like, money is, these days, especially, it's a lot of uncertainty in the world. It's a lot of uncertainty with the world structure. It's a lot of uncertainty with a lot of things. It's a lot of uncertainty with the leadership that we have around the world and what kind of condition these humans are in that are leading us. And so there's a lot of things that can affect us on our day-to-day basis with our money matters. So set aside a little bit. Maybe you can just set aside just a little bit. You don't have to save everything. But if you do set aside just a couple of dollars a day, almost like you can just put aside just a little bit and do that on a consistent basis. And you're going to see that over time, it'll grow. Over time, that might be exactly what you need for this project in the future that you need to get done. So however you can start today, do it. Have trust also, and have trust in the universe. Have trust in yourself. You can do it. You have all the tools. You can make it work. Make it work. Make sure that you are taken care of, like that you put aside some funds or something that you can feel like you're doing some kind of effort to take care of yourself. You put in this creative thing. You put aside, like, okay, you have your job, you have your kids, you have your family, you have all these things, maybe organizations, all these volunteer, whatever you do with your time. You have all this going on, and now you're going to just set aside a little bit of time every day for yourself, for your own dream, and stay consistent with it. Have trust. Don't worry about the resolution. Don't worry about how everything is going to happen. Don't worry about how everything is going to come together. Don't worry about how, if it's even or ever. Don't worry about these things. Have faith. This is one place where having faith is so convenient and so helpful. Because if you have faith and you believe that you are doing the thing that will help your soul's growth, and you believe that you're doing something that is going to allow your soul to grow here on this planet Earth. So you're learning a lesson. You're pushing your boundaries a little bit. You're pushing your limits a little bit. You're getting out of the comfort zone a little bit by making these tiny little changes or deciding to. Now you have the whole universe applauding you and standing on your side, ready to help you develop and grow on this earth. This is why we're here. So have trust in that and lean on that. And whenever you feel like insecurity, you see yourself here and you see yourself over there in your mind's eye, in your vision, and you see yourself over there and you're like, how can that even happen? Is that even possible? And then you just have faith and you be like, okay, maybe God wouldn't put this on my heart if it wasn't possible for me to achieve it. Maybe I wouldn't be led down this road if it wasn't a road for me to be good to be walking on. Maybe I wouldn't be having this desire to learn this specific thing. Maybe the desire comes from once there's something in the future that is, when you know this language in the future, you're going to be able to communicate something that is of importance to someone else. You never know. And I got chills just thinking about that. I got chills all over. So you never know, because the things that you do today, you never know how handy they can become for you in the future. So whatever it is that is on your heart, whatever it is that you've been thinking about, whatever it is that you want to learn or to do, be the leader in your own life. Take leadership. Step up. Be like, okay, I have a family here. Now I'm going to be a leader. When I'm a leader, I want to do things authentically. I want to do things with integrity. And I want to do things that are healthy for me. I want to do things that are for the highest good. And I want to do things that will maybe make this world a better place. And I want to do it in my home. I want to do it in my social circle. I want to do it in my job. You can do it anywhere. It's a characteristic thing. It's a being authentic, being brave enough, courageous enough to stand in yourself. So leadership, positive attitude. Decide today, okay, I'm always nagging about everything. I'm going to try and change that today. So I'm going to put a half hour aside today that I'm only going to put positive affirmations. And every time when I hear myself nagging about things out there in the world somewhere, I am going to have to sing, row, row, row my boat, or whatever. You find something crazy that you have to do if you do that specific thing that you decided not to do, so that it feels so awkward that you will remember it easier. It's tricking your brain a little bit. And so leadership, taking leadership, being someone that people can look to and model themselves with, or like, okay, maybe if I do like you do, then I will become successful too. Or if I act like they act, maybe then people will love me too. Or if I talk like they talk, then maybe people will hear me in a different way too. There are many ways that we can mirror each other and learn from one another to achieve the same results as the other. So we learn constantly. We always are a leader. Be a leader in your own life. Take leadership in your own desires and take leadership in your own development. So, okay, you want to learn this. There's nothing wrong with that. You can do that. You're here on planet Earth. You have the time. You just have to carve it out. Tiny little habit changes. One tiny little habit change at a time. Giving yourself enough time to actually be able to accomplish it. having the patience, the space, giving yourself enough time to it. Esther and Abraham Hicks says, it is natural for your body to be well. And so your goal is to be as comfortable as possible and to breathe as deeply as you can while still remaining comfortable. There is nothing for you to do other than to relax and breathe. Right now, right here, right now. Just relax and breathe. You will very likely begin to feel soft, gentle sensations in your body. Relax and breathe, getting in, settling into ourselves. Smile and acknowledge that this is source energy, God, the universe, source energy, specifically answering your cellular request. You are now feeling the healing process. Do nothing to try to help it or intensify it. Just relax and breathe and allow it. Beautiful light in me honors, loves, respects. Same beautiful light in you. Till next time, namaste.